I'm the Only Sir Cracker, and that was a quick update. Hey there, this is the Only Sir Cracker, and I'm coming to you from the front yard today. It's the Only Sir Cracker. Guess what? I knew the camera was on the entire time, because I'm having fun with you. I'm the Only Sir Cracker, and well, not a whole lot's been going on since the last couple of videos, but a little bit here, a little bit there. I wanted to give you just a real quick update on what's going on. So, as you can see, I've got a little bit of a fire going in the fire pit here. Really what I'm doing is I'm finding like little chunks of broken wood, and there's a lot of these, there's a lot of these pieces of wood that come off of my trees. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you get up here in these trees, now these are native pine. You can see all those branches. Those are all dead branches that I'm looking at, pretty much. Lots and lots of them anyways. Like here. So what happens is when the wind blows, big chunks of branches will fall and hit the ground, or even small chunks of branches will hit the ground. So what I've done is I'm just picking them up and burning them. I can put them in a compost bin, but they'll take 2 or 3 years to compost. I am not like the pine needles. I'll show you here. All these pine needles. Okay, these will burn, but the problem with pine needles is they cause a lot of smoke, and we don't want that. We don't want a whole lot of smoke. Smoke is bad. It smells bad. It's against the law to put out that much smoke. I'm in a residential area, so it causes a lot of issues and that kind of stuff with the neighbors and law enforcement and the fire department. So I'm also finding lots of rocks, and just putting them in my rock barrel. Also, there's some leftover charcoal stuff from last time, and some ash from last time I did this, and so I just threw it on top. I just took these old pallets and made a square box. Now, the stuff that's in this is left over from a couple of different compost piles ago, and just never really, it hasn't really done anything. It hasn't composted. So it's not in direct sun. I don't put a whole lot of water on it. As a matter of fact, I never water it. So I just kind of put it there and let it decompose on its own, and it does. It takes a couple years, and I don't turn it or anything. I just let it decompose. I'm pretty lazy, and when it comes to compost, for me it's easier to just spend a few bucks or call a few friends and say, hey, come get my compost. What I have going on right now, there's this black bin. It's just a plastic thing. It's got holes in it, and I got all of the recent stuff that I've gotten from cleaning up the yard in there right now. This will be replaced as soon as I get some more pallets. Like there's one here. As soon as I get some more pallets, I'm going to build another bin right where this is at, and it should line up pretty close to the corner here. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna build so there'll be 2 bins in this spot, and then there'll be where I was just standing, where that metal container, the metal drum was. There'll be another bin, so there'll be 3 bins in total, and they're just decomposing. At least for now. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next year or two. I have an old 1914, I believe it's a Model A trailer, and it's got a rusted out bottom in it and stuff, but Don't mind the high chair. It's garbage. I gotta throw it out. But it's been just loaded with grass clippings for years, and for about 2 years worth. And I've just been throwing, and of course pine needles, and just been throwing them in here. I put a tarp in before I put them in, but what I'm gonna end up having to do is taking the bed off of the chassis and building a new bed. I want to build a bed the same size as this, just a square box. I'm going to do it out of plywood, and it's going to be probably 2 layers of thick of plywood. I don't know if I'm going to do like a 5/8 or if I'm going to do 1/2 inch, probably 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to get some of this, it's like a rhino lining, it's like a plastic like stuff, rubber that they spray on. And I'm going to have the outside and the inside of it completely sprayed with it. And then I'm going to put the fenders back on, and I'm going to build new side rails, but probably out of like, I don't know, out of cherry or oak or something. I'm gonna make some really pretty side rails for it. And of course have the original tires. I got 3 of the original tires and rims. I'm going to have them sandblasted and redone, find some new hubcaps for them, and then of course get new rubber. And in the process probably put a new tongue on. The tongue that's on there now I think is I think it's a 2-inch steel pipe. When they built the trailer originally, it was built in 1956, and they just took the old 1914 truck and cut it in half and made a trailer out of it. So anyways, I got that for free, gosh, about 7 years ago. I put all new copper plumbing in somebody's house, and as a trade for redoing it, they gave me this. I got the title for it and everything. It's a nice little trailer. I would like to put a better trailer hitch on it, and maybe even like a trailer jack thing. But anyways, as far as the garden's going, let me show you that. So like I said, as far as the garden's going, you know, there were things that were planted in here. This one is yellow squash. It hasn't come up yet. It's only been a few days. Well, about a week. This is the broccoli. It still hasn't come up. I don't see any sign of that. Haven't gotten to the store to buy these yet. It'll be a while. Kind of hurting financially right now. Kind of in between jobs, so most of everything I've gotten here or done here has all been for free, no cost. So my tomatoes and stuff, I haven't gotten those yet. And then of course my pumpkin has not come up yet. Looks like there's a weed that wants to play around here, but that hasn't come up. And of course none of these, I don't think any of these have come up either. What's this? This is a weed. Yeah, that looks like a weed. So, but yep. So not a whole lot of nothing. We did finish the bed out front. I need to rake the backyard, which is what I'll probably do tomorrow, is rake the backyard and pick up all of the pine needles that are back here and put in the bed. That bed over there is going to need pine needles, and we'll pull the bricks up and put pine needles. But I'll take you up front here and show you what's going on with this. So, but it's been kind of a relaxed day. Not a whole lot. I've kind of been pretty lazy today. So, but yesterday we finished this. So I squared up the corner. If you remember, you know, it was kind of rounded or whatever. I squared it up, and then I put my pot up on just a stepping stone, a big square stepping stone. And then this is just to give you an example of what I plan on doing. And I'll have a little bit more in here than this, but it's basically going to look like that. And so I'm going to pull all these bricks out of here. We're going to use these bricks out back by the shed. and then I finished this. So now that's a high spot there, and it's kind of draining into this corner right here. So if for some reason the faucet decides to leak or whatever, all the water is going to drain. And then I left a big hole in the corner there, so it'll help drain the water out and away from the house. Oh, live next to a busy street. Out and away from the house. And then I also put down some dirt and soil here because there was a huge hole that was gouged out from the water dripping. And then also up on the roof there's no gutters, so the water comes right off and hits the ground and then gouges that out. And so the steps will need to be replaced at some point in time, but that's another story for another time. And so anyways, it's pretty much everything. I raked the yard out here. This is what I got out of the yard out here. I raked this yard a couple weeks back, so yeah, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that bad, but yeah. So not a whole lot. Kind of just like today, just taking it easy. Most everything was done yesterday. Here's another project for you. The fence. A few years back, we put the poles in to just, regular aluminum poles. Concreted them in just to help keep the fence from falling over, but as you can see, the slats are falling down. Whoever built the fence originally, all they did is put nails in, and over time with the wind and shrinkage and swelling, the nails start to come out. So I'm going to put them back up, but I'm going to use some screws that'll help hold everything a little bit tighter together. So this one here looks like it's also coming out. So, but yeah, just got to clean up a little bit. This is the wood that was on the ground that was left over from a construction project I had down in the basement when we first moved into the house, and it was just a paneled room, and so I laid this on the ground with a tarp, and then that's what I put the compost on, so I didn't have to dig in the tarp and the soil, and I've done that before. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So anyways, I'm Neil Sir Cracker, and I'll check you later.